Hello friends, it's Kyle again, and in my last video I shared how I got the opportunity to meet Oprah and contribute to her latest book club podcast episode featuring Ann Packer and her beautiful new book, Some Bright Nowhere. Today I'm going to share a different story, how it felt to be in the presence of Oprah Winfrey. But first, I want to announce something I'm very excited about. We have launched our fall fundraising campaign. We call it Give Him His Wings Back. It has two goals. Number one, that every guy caregiver who finds out about us, thanks to Oprah Winfrey, that we are ready to support them and that they get the exact same high quality hospitality that we have been giving out here at Jack's Caregiver Coalition since 2014. And the second goal is to strengthen at least 1,000 caregivers, men who are caregivers in 2026, which puts us on track for our big goal in 2035 to have done that for at least 1 million men who are caregivers. Please go to your Google machine, type in Jack's Caregiver Coalition. It'll bring you right to our website. Look for the button that says Donate to Strengthen Caregivers, and you'll be taken to our Give Him His Wings Back campaign homepage where you can donate, or you can also create a fundraiser for us and help us in a big way. So thank you for considering that. Now, how did it feel to be in the presence of Oprah Winfrey? This is such a rich topic that I'm actually going to break this up into two videos. So today I'm going to talk about how it felt to be in her presence in a group. The group being the folks who were putting on the podcast. And then in the next video, I'll share how it felt to be one-on-one with her, because those were two very different experiences. So as far as in the public, which we weren't out in the public, this Starbucks was locked down, but you know, there's 40 some odd folks there. We were waiting for her. We knew she was coming out any minute, and suddenly we hear over the PA system, "I'm coming." That is the worst Oprah impression ever, but it was her, and it was, you know, from everything you've ever heard in your life, from The Color Purple to her show, it was her, and she was saying essentially like, "I'm coming, you know, don't, I'm sorry I'm late," and people just shrieked. They were absolute, it was electric, the air. She came out and immediately disarmed that electric air. It was as though, you know, she just starts cracking jokes and making everyone there feel like they are the magic. If you know people like that, I do, you know, there's folks who come in the room and they sort of say, "Here I am." Oprah didn't do that. She said, "There you are." And I think people were just blown away by that. I know I was. I was extremely well rehearsed. I had two moments in the script, one to tell my personal story and one to tell the story of the organization. I, in the hotel room the night before, had practiced at least 40 times both of those talking points, and then another 40 times that morning of the taping. And before when I got there, and then I got you know, ready to go into the actual taping, I went into the restroom, and there's a book that I read that had a big impact on me. It's called Presence. It's by Amy Cuddy. And one of the things I learned from that is how to bring your boldest self to big moments. And one of the tricks is to hold the Superwoman pose for 2 minutes straight. Superwoman pose, you know, you've got your hands on your hips, your chest out, your chin up. So that's what I did. I literally went in the bathroom and held the Superwoman pose for 2 minutes. The idea being that your body can actually change your mind and give you confidence. And so I was feeling pretty confident, but and Oprah, like I said, she helped. She sort of lowered the temperature in the room with her personality. But then I've got those two moments, right? Telling my personal story and the story of the organization. And the personal one, I'm saying the thing, right? I've practiced it literally 80 times and I'm just like a robot. And Oprah is just essentially like, wait, what? And she keeps slowing me down and like, and that felt both incredible, like her curiosity, and also kind of like, almost like she was in my way. You know, I'm trying to deliver this message, and she keeps slowing me down and wanting to know more, and so that was super cool. And then I'm waiting for the second moment, which is to talk about the organization. I'm watching the teleprompter. There's other conversations happening, and I'm watching the teleprompter and I'm watching it, and you know, again, there's just, it's kind of free flow is how it feels at this point. And but I'm freaking out because I'm like, uh-oh, time's running out. I don't have, I gotta speak up. I gotta say something here. I've gotta insert myself, which was terrifying because, you know, of course anybody would love to insert themselves into one of Oprah's creations to plug an organization. And I just felt like I didn't want to be that guy. So I was really just hoping it would come back, you know, that the door would be open for me. And then the next thing I know, it's over. She is taking pictures and she walks away. And I am devastated. I'm absolutely devastated. I cannot believe that I've come all this way to New York. My goal was not to have 5 minutes of fame for being dumped by my dying wife. My goal was to lift up this organization that me and so many other huge-hearted people have spent the last decade building. And this was the opportunity to lift it out of obscurity, and I missed it. I went back to the very same restroom that I held the Superwoman pose in, and I wept. I wept because I had failed in a spectacular, meteoric way, and I needed to grieve. I needed to let that move through me because I needed to go back out and you know, connect with the people in the audience, connect with the producers who helped me get there, and so that that is how it felt to be in the presence of Oprah on the public side of things. Like I said, the next piece of this is going to be how it felt to be in conversation with her one-on-one. And again, a reminder, our campaign, Give Him His Wings Back, launched today. I talked about we're here to strengthen 1 million men by 2035, and that this campaign is a stepping stone towards that ultimate goal. What do I mean by strengthen? For too long, the world has taught men that staying strong means staying silent. We reject that. We believe staying strong means staying honest. And so that's our wish for these men who find us, thanks to Oprah, And I'm also going to just express gratitude. Our campaign launched today, and we already have Porvy Bott, Rich Anderson, Carl Bond, Susan Kerber, Dean Reynolds, Jeff Myrie, and others who are fundraising on behalf of Jax, helping us reach our goal. Thank you, thank you, thank you to each and every one of you. This campaign only succeeds through the support of fundraisers like yourself. So have a great day. We'll see you next time for part 2, how it felt to be in the presence of Oprah Winfrey. Take care.